Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Skeletons, and today we are going to solve this problem, chocolate distribution problem. Okay, so first of all let me tell you that this is not a very tough problem. It is not at all a very tough problem, but it is a very good problem actually. If you ever want to revise your array concepts, then you will definitely put this problem in your easy section I think. Yeah, so let's understand this problem first of all. In this problem we are given three things. Okay, so but first we will look at the array only. Okay, so in this problem each element of this array represent a chocolate box. Okay, each element of this array, each element represent a chocolate box. So in this array there are 7 chocolate boxes. Okay, and the value represent the number of chocolates present in that particular chocolate box. Okay, so wait a minute, this chocolate box has 9 chocolates, this chocolate box have 56, this chocolate box have 12 chocolates, this chocolate box have 4, this have 2, 3 and 7 chocolate box 7 chocolates in this chocolate box. Okay, so now you know that what this array represent. Okay, now this n, it is a useless thing, it represent nothing but size of the array, and this m is very important. This m represent the total number of children or student. I forgot what was in that story in the problem in GFG, but I remember that it represent children. Okay, and what we need to do, we need to give m chocolate boxes to these m children such that each children get only one chocolate box. Okay, in such a way that the difference between the maximum chocolate box with maximum chocolate and the chocolate box with minimum chocolate selected for these m children is minimized. Okay, now let me tell you that what I mean by this. Okay, so wait a minute. So suppose these are the 3 children. Okay, these are the 3 children. Okay, I know I forgot to make the hands. Okay, so now what we do, suppose we choose this 56, this 4 and this 9. Okay, so according to the problem we need to give only one chocolate box to one children. So if m is equal to 3, then we can only select 3 chocolate boxes from this array, and we cannot select single chocolate box twice, of course, because there is just one chocolate box. There is one if there is a ith chocolate box, then it has just one instance of that. Okay, I don't want to confuse you. So what we are going to do, we are going to give the chocolate box with 56 chocolate to this boy or girl, whatever, and 4 to this one and 9 to this one. We choose this 56, 4 and 9. Now for this particular distribution, the difference is 56 minus, that is the maximum, minus the minimum, which is 4 and which is 52. Okay, so this is the difference. So what we need to do, we need to select these boxes in such a way that this difference is minimized. Okay, so now this particular difference is not giving us the minimum difference, of course, because suppose, let me first of all erase this, erase all of this. Okay, now suppose, wait a minute, now suppose I give sorry for the delay. Now suppose I give this boy this 7, okay, and this boy this 3 or girl and this boy or girl this 2. Okay, so for this particular distribution the difference is 7 minus 2, which is 5. Okay, and it is quite clear that 5 is smaller than 52. So this is, we are improving. Okay, we are improving. But is this the answer? Well, it is not the answer. Why? Because, wait a minute, let me take the yellow one. Suppose I took this not 7, suppose I take this 3, this 4 and this 2 and distribute. So suppose this child get 3, this child get 4 and this child get 2, then the difference is 4 minus 2, which is 2, and this is actually the answer for this particular test case. For this particular test case, the minimum is 2, and this is the answer. This is what we need to return at the end. Okay, so by now I hope you know that what we need to do in this problem. I mean, what this problem expect from us, we know. Now how we do this? Okay, how we do this? We know the what part. Now let's see how, and then we will, while looking at how, we will also understand that why we are doing this. Okay, so so this is the actually this is our, wait a minute, so this is our example array 7 3 2 4 9 12 56. Okay, so this particular problem is actually a very typical sliding window problem actually. So the first thing that we will do is sort this array. So after sorting the array will become 2. Now wait, let me choose something else. 2 3 4 7 9 12 and 56. This is our sorted array. Okay, now after we sort the array, what we will do, we will make a window. Okay, now what did I mean by this? Okay, what did I mean by this? By making a window, I mean that we will take 2 pointers, start and end, and we will take a range. And what will be this range? This is the main thing. This range will represent the selected chocolate packets. Okay, this range will represent the selected chocolate packet. Now what is the value of m for this particular test case? The value of m is 3. So we need 3 chocolate packets. So we will take what? So we will take a window of size 3. Okay, so initially we will make a pointer as point to 0 and another pointer, whatever name you want to take, but convention is start and. Okay, this is the type of convention, low, high. Okay, so this is e, and this e will always initialize with m minus 1 and s will initialize with 0. And if you see 0 1 2 up to m minus 1, now if m is equal to 3, so it will go to 0 1 2. So this is our a window of size 3. So we will start taking a window of size 3. Okay, so now we are considering these 3 elements, these 3 chocolate packets. So we are going to choose these 3 chocolate packets and we are going to distribute among the 3 children's that we have. Now let me tell you one thing very important here. Why we sorted the array? We sorted the array because when we sort the array and we take a window of size m, then the starting of the window will always have the chocolate with smallest number of chocolates, and the m minus 1 or the end not always m minus 1, because when we will move this window towards the right, of course that value will not be m minus 1, so we will call it e. So s will point to the minimum value, s will point to the minimum value of that particular window range, and m will always point to the maximum value of that particular range. Okay, so now what we will do, we will keep track when we move this window, we will keep track of the current minimum. Okay, we will always calculate minimum and we will also make a global variable and we will keep track of that. Okay, so let me show you that what did I mean by that. Initially our window is 2 3 4. Okay, and what is the difference? It is 4 minus 2, that is the maximum chocolate with chocolate packet with maximum chocolate and minimum. It is 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. Okay, now we will take a variable fin and we will initialize with int max. Okay, and we will keep updating this variable if we find new minimum. Okay, now of course 2 is smaller than int max, so our fin will update to 2. Now we will move our window. When we move our window, s will go here and e will move here. Okay, now let me clear this also. Clear this. Okay, wait a minute, it will not take too long. Okay, so now our window is this. Now for 3 4 7, now for 3 4 7, minimum is 7 minus 3, which is 4. Okay, and since 4 is not smaller, we will not update fin. We will update fin only when we find a new minimum, so it will remain 2. Okay, so now we again move this S here and we will move this E here. Now we have this new 479. So 479, 9 minus 4, which is 5, it will remain 2. Now 7, 9, 12. Okay, S will move here and E will move here. 7, 9, 12. 7, 9, 12. For 7, 9, 12, it is 12 minus 7, which is again 5. It will remain 2. I think 2 is the answer, so it will not update anymore. Okay, it will not update anymore. That's for sure. After that, finally, we will have 9, 12 and 56. So 56 minus 9, which will be equal to 57, I guess. Yeah, it is 47. So it will not update, of course. Okay, so finally we have 2 and we will return this fin. This fin we will return, and this is our final answer. Okay, so now what I am going to do is I am going to take yet another example, because in this example we initially got our answer. Okay, so let me take this example. Yeah, this is a good example. So what we are going to do is we are going to first of all, this is our array, this is our array, this is our m. We only care about array and m. This value of n is actually useless, however we can use this. Okay, so first of all, let me write my array here. So it is 3, 4, 1, 9, 56, 7 and 9 and 12. Okay, so this 56 is a single element. Okay, so now first thing, sort 1, after that 3, then 4, then 7, then 7, then 2 times 9, then 12, and finally 56. Okay, so this is our sorted array. After that, what we do, we take 2 pointers and make our window. Now size of window or the number of children that we have is 5. So we need 5 chocolate packets. So we will need a window of size 5. So the window of size for 0 based indexing, it will run from 0 to 4 initially. So S will be here and m minus 1, so E will be here. Okay, so these are the 5 elements we take initially. Now let me keep track of everything. Okay, so wait a minute, this will be fin int max initially. Okay, so the first window that we have is this. So 1, 3, 4, 7, 9. So 9 minus 1, which is equal to 8. So fin will update to 8 because of course 8 is smaller than int max. After that, this S will move here and this E will move here, and now the new one we have is 3, 4, 7, 9 and 9. Yeah, so 9 minus 3, which is 6. So it will again update because 6 is smaller. Now the new one, now S will move here and E will move here. Now the new one we have is 4, 7, 9, 9 and 12. So 12 minus 4, which is equal to 8. It will not update, remains 6. After that, we again move S here and E here. So it will be 7, 9, wait a minute, again 9, 12 and 56. So it will be 56 minus 7 and it is 49. And of course it will not update, it will remain 6. So 6 is our answer and it will be returned at the end. Okay, so I hope you understood the problem. I hope you understood, and I also hope you understood that why we are sorting and what we need to do. Now let's look at the code. So this is our code. Okay, so this is our code. Now I will tell you something about this code. We are sorting here, we are doing a sort. Now this is a function, okay, and we are sorting here, and now what we are doing here we are initializing our window. Initialize window. Okay, initialize window, we take S and D, S to 0 and D to m minus 1. I hope you understood all of this because I already told you in the code. Now this is fin int max, and we will run this while loop until and unless our e, I mean we don't want to move out of range. Okay, so e will be less than equal to n minus 1, or you can say e is less than n. You can also write e is less than n. Okay, so now what we are doing here, we are taking the value of this ae minus as in temp. You can avoid this, you can simply pass this value here without actually creating this temp, and we take the minimum of fin and this temp. So we are updating this fin accordingly if we have a new minimum value, and we simply move our window at the end of this. Okay, and we finally return this fin, and this is our answer. Now let's see if this, how this code behaves for some test cases. So this is one of the test case. Now let me run this. Okay, so we got 2 for this one. Okay, and if you see here, wait a minute, yeah, we got 2 here also, so it's working. Okay, now I think I have one more test case maybe, and for this particular test case, let's see what is our output. Okay, so let me run this, and we got 6, and 6 is our answer actually. Yeah, 6 is our answer, final answer. Yeah, so I hope you understood this, and let me show you the code again by clearing all of this. Wait a minute, this is our code, and I hope you understood it. So thank you so much, have a nice day, and goodbye.